2. And do this one at the same time. Good, that's my backup. It's my second time recording this because the first camera I was using, which is a brand new camera, decided to stop recording after 8 minutes. And that was very irritating because the battery was completely full. And like I said, the memory card is brand new. It's a large memory card. I think it's like 32 gig or something like that. But yeah, it's a pretty large memory card, so there's no reason for it to shut off. And I was in such a good, cheerful mood after this last episode, and then that had to happen, and then I'll have to record again. So this time, I'm using my husband's camera, and at the same time, I'm using a photo booth on my computer because I'm not recording this a third time. And the reason why I don't usually use the photo booth on the computer is because I don't know what happened, but after the update to Maverick, it doesn't record correctly, so it'll be like, it'll freeze, and it'll still be playing the audio, but the image will freeze, or the audio will be slightly behind the image. I don't know, I just feel like when you update your operating system, things should work better, not completely stop working, but anyways, that's a whole nother story. I was going to tell you, well, not going to tell you, I already did tell you, but the video's gone. I came out of woodwork, out of hiding, out of my hermithood, just because of this last episode. And, well, I shouldn't say hermithood, I actually have been busy. In the last video I did, you saw the Annabelle costume and the Twisted Clown costume from American Horror Story. And that actually kind of took off. I ended up doing more than one Annabelle costume. I did several Twisted Clown costumes, and one of the purchasers of the Twisted Clown costume was actually photographed in New Orleans with the actress that plays Pepper on American Horror Story Freak Show, and she also played Pepper, same character, on American Horror Story Asylum. And he was also on the front page of, I think it's called the New Orleans Gazette or New Orleans Journal. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. And now I'm working on the Bathsheba Witch Victorian nightgown, which Bathsheba Witch is the witch character from The Conjuring that was sitting in the rocking chair holding the Annabelle doll, and also floating above the bed over the lady and possessed her and all that crazy stuff. What's even creepier right now is I'm sitting here in front of this computer screen recording, and I just saw a commercial for a horror movie where I think it's called Unfriended, but to me it's like the FaceTime killer or the Google Hangout killer, because it's just all these people that are FaceTiming or Google Hanging Out, and they're like seeing images of people being killed. And I guess it's the next step beyond found footage. Now it's just computer footage. I don't know what would you call that type of movie, but anyways, to get on the computer right after seeing that preview was a little bit freaky. So, on to the matter at hand. So, this episode starts with Kenya and Claudia, and they're discussing Claudia's feet. They went to, I guess, a podiatrist, and Claudia has some big problems on her feet. She says it's from being an athlete, but I was an athlete from middle school to sophomore year of college, and my feet don't look anything like that. I've never had a corn, I've never had a bunion, I never even really had a callus. I did wear these 6-inch platform stiletto heels to City Walk, and then the next day I couldn't feel my pinky toe, and that was a little bit scary, but then the feeling came back a day after that, but that's the last time I did something like that. Anyways, Kenya's there to support Claudia, but she keeps teasing her. And I noticed online, in a lot of reviews, a lot of people are irritated by the way Kenya teases. And I've never been really bothered by it, because it doesn't come from an evil place. It doesn't come from a I want to make you feel bad place. And I think another reason why it doesn't bother me is because I come from a family filled with Kenyans. We tease each other all the time. Remember one time, a long time ago, like 10, 12 years ago, one of my cousins got bit on the lip by a bee. There was I guess a bee flew into his soda can at a picnic, and he went to drink the soda, and a bee stung him right in the bottom lip. And the family made fun of him for 20 minutes and all took photos before taking him to the emergency room. So yeah, that's the type of family I come from, so I'm I am not bothered by Kenya's teasing. What you're supposed to do is you just tease right back, and you keep it moving. So, oh, and I did catch, I'm looking at my notes because I can't remember everything. I caught that little bit of shade that Claudia said about will they be getting their hair wet. Because, I don't know, I can't help it. Sometimes people who don't wear lace fronts or weaves, we do kind of get a kick out of how people act like when they do have those type of things and they're running from water and running from rain and running from steam and running from everything. And like, that's no way to live your life. That's not living. Just be happy with what you got. Or it could also be that they're maybe not everybody. I'm not saying obviously not everyone that wears a wig or wears a weave is like this, but I'm saying you know that type of person. The type of person that you have never ever seen their real hair. All you see is wigs and weaves, and that's it. You don't even know whether they have hair. That type of person. That's what I'm talking about. I know a girl like that. No one saw her hair for a solid 2 years. I still have never seen her hair, but anyways, when I did, which I have had a weave before, it was over 15 years ago, but I did have a weave. I had a few tracks in the back, and I still washed my hair, went swimming, did everything that I would normally do, but I did figure out what the difference is. I buy hair that matches my hair. If you're buying, virgin Cambodian hair and you have non-virgin African American hair and you're trying to make that match, that's going to be a full-time job because it's just not going to happen. Not even non-naturally. I don't even know how you get that. You just have to burn all the life out of your hair until it lays down, I guess. But anyways, off on a tangent again. What else happened? Nene and Phaedra went to go and pretty much be mean girls to Demetria in the studio because they have nothing better to do but to be evil to people. And so they do their best middle school mean girl BS, and Phaedra keeps asking Demetria all these invasive questions that are really none of her business. And I don't even know why Demetria entertained answering those questions, because I would have told her straight and plain, you're not kin to me, you don't pay any of my bills, and I have no reason to answer any questions or give you any explanations for anything I do in my life, so you can let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, and Jesus, please fix that. That's what I would have told her. And it almost reminded me of the little girl. Have you seen the internet video of the little girl in the back seat and she's in a car seat and his father's asking her, does she need help with something? And she's like, no, worry about yourself. And that's how I felt like when Phaedra was asking all these questions. I would be like, no, worry about yourself. That's just what it was. So what else happened? Candy and Demetria had lunch where Candy pretended like she gave a damn about inviting that girl to the party, and I don't care because that was boring. So then we get to Puerto Rico, and Candy, Portia, and who else? Demetria originally was sitting with Candy and Portia up on a terrace or patio or something, and she was just expressing how she felt that she didn't really understand Phaedra, and they, tried to explain away Phaedra's evilness. Then she went and hung out in another patio with Kenya, Claudia, and Cynthia. And they were laughing and having a good time. And while that was happening, Candy and Portia are like, oh, I hope they stay having a good time. But it was said in such a way that they didn't mean it. I felt like it was said like they wanted the exact opposite. It was a little spiteful in undertone. That's the way I read it anyways. So then, Nene and Phaedra are finally arriving in their, I guess, the transport from the airport, the shuttle from the airport, and they have nothing kind to say about anyone. And so they decide, oh, well, it's Pick on Demetria Day, so we'll just keep on going with that. And to me, they just look like a couple of insecure bitches. Because grown women that are about their business don't have time for these petty little games. It's disgusting. And they go out of their way to be hateful. It just seems like it's and hateful and bitchy in two different ways. Because I'm gonna say Nene is more of a hateful bitch, whereas Phaedra is directly to the point evil bitch. And when I mean evil, I mean like Donald Pleasance in Halloween, Michael Myers. There's nothing in his eyes but pure evil. That's what Phaedra is. There's nothing in her eyes but pure evil, and that's why she's always, trying to blaspheme all the time, because she thinks that makes up for her evilness. It doesn't. Just let you know that it. Anyways, when I think of even her name, Phaedra, it sounds like an evil, mythical Greek mythological creature. Like, beware of Medusa, beware of the Hydra, and especially beware of the Phaedra. See? It fits in. Anyways, oh, this little bit here that Phaedra thought she was so clever saying. She's more of a ballroom girl than a stadium girl. And from what I heard, you're more of a air mattress in the hood head doctor than a California king wife. Anywho, Nini's still wearing her He-Man wig. By the power of Grayskull. Then Nini and Phaedra diss the hotel rooms and act like any other new money acts. They would fit right in with, what was that show? Thicker Than Water? That's where they belong. Same type of people. There's a cute little scene with the tassels where Kenya's asking them, do they know how to do the tassels, you know, on the boobs and everything. And Claudia's just looking at her like, really? And Cynthia's looking the same way. It was kind of cute. But at the same time, I almost got a feeling like Cynthia wouldn't really be hanging with him if she had a choice. I feel like if she had a choice, she would still be following behind Nini. And I don't know why. I don't even know why Candy hangs out with Nini and Phaedra. I mean, you want to think that Candy's a nice person, but again, seeing how she's been doing her husband and letting her mother roll all everybody, then I think she just maybe pretends to be a nice person. But then when you think about it, when is the last time you ever seen any of the other members of Escape in the same room with Candy? I mean, maybe I missed something, but I haven't seen Tiny talk to her or mention her. Or the brown-faced girl, don't know what her name is, or the other girl. That's a shame. Escape is Candy, Tiny, and the other two girls. That's sad. What else happened? Their clothes. Everyone looked nice. I liked Kenya's white dress. It was like a skater dress. That was really cute. I liked Portia's dress. That was really cute too. And it fit her body type. She was able to wear that really well. I can't remember what Cynthia was wearing when she arrived, but she had a pretty dress on at the dinner. The only outfit that bothered me was Demetria's first outfit. Her second gown was really beautiful, but the first outfit would have been cute if she would have done one of three things. She could have either, went braless with it since she was going to have the sides open, or selected a bra that was meant to be seen, or even went with a swimsuit top. That would have worked better, a swimsuit top. Or just had it altered or tailored so that it was taken in, here, so you don't see her bra. I have a pet peeve about that, about bras showing that aren't meant to be shown. So, anyways, what else happened? Oh, we can get right to the dinner. So, Demetria tries to speak really, really calmly to Phaedra about whether Phaedra was trying to be shady, which we know that she is, because that's what Phaedra does. She's shady Fei-Fei. Phaedra tries to act like she doesn't know what she's talking about, and tries to play dumb. Cynthia tries to interject and says, well, even if you felt like you didn't do anything wrong, you could at least apologize for making them feel that way. Like, you could say, I'm sorry I made you feel this way. And of course, that's when Nini interjects, well, why should she apologize if she's not sorry? All the while, you can see Claudia in the background kind of looking a little bit irritated and disgusted at the same time. Demetria and Phaedra get into a little bit, and Phaedra, is trying to get a little bit, Phaedra-y. And Demetria warned her, she's like, are you sure you want to go there? Don't go there. And Phaedra decides she's going to go there, so Demetria told her that the only thing we have in common is the number 8. Yours is leaving for 8, and mine has been here for 8. And with that, Phaedra's face fell on the floor. Or it could have been editing, but I would like to believe that that really happened. So that's what I'm going with. Next, Claudia. Oh, wait, before Claudia said that, Candy very quietly did say, you were being shady, Phaedra, but she said it quietly. She didn't really, I don't know. For a boss chick, sometimes she doesn't act like a boss chick. Kind of disappoints me. Anyways, back to Claudia. Claudia, has had enough. And so she calls them out and says, you know what, you guys are being immature and bitchy and catty. And then Nene starts doing her, oh, you're puppet master thing, as if she didn't just order some specialty drink that she just made up off the top of her head and expected that man to memorize. And he didn't even write it down. If that were me, I would be like, what did you just say? Because I've never heard of any of those 3 things, and I'm going to have to write them down. And then I'm going to have to go and see if we even have those things. But since it's a reality TV, and he was probably, an extra that was paid to act like he was a waiter anyways, none of that matters. What matters is she ordered this make-believe drink, and her 2 minions, oh, I'll have the same thing. So who's the puppet master? Which, of course, Claudia calls her out on. So that's where it starts. Then, this is the best part. And, I watched this 3 times, and then I decided I needed to type up a transcript of this because it just reminded me of home, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So, Nene starts in trying to tell Claudia, oh, you're just jealous of all my jobs. And of course, Claudia's like, what jobs? You mean the ones that got canceled? And then Nene says, oh, you wish you had what I have in the bank. And Claudia's like, well, I pay my bills, and I don't have to slide down a pole. You filed bankruptcy, girl. Never been arrested. With a smile. That was in my 20s when I was in college. You went to college? Sarcasm. I can't tell. Spell bridesmaids. The S is not silent, honey. I was a stripper and I liked it. What club was that at? I'm in my 40s. That's it? You look at least... Oh, wait. You look like we're 20 years apart, at least. And then, when you were my age, you had edges. That one kind of shut it down just a little bit. I didn't even think she needed to go beyond that, because that was like... That was like the Mortal Kombat. Finish him! That's what I like that. Nene still tries. You're struggling. And Claudia's like, and that's the hair you chose to buy. Which everyone has been saying. And then she goes on to say, well, money can't buy you class. And then Nene wants to take it really, really to the gutter. Oh, it couldn't, I had to write this down because there's no way I'm going to remember all this. It couldn't buy you a new pussy, could it? You've been fucked by everybody in Hollywood. They done wear that out. Which I'm still trying to figure out how you use the present tense and the past tense in the same sentence and you're talking about one subject. But anyways, Claudia just smiles at her and says, jealous? Who would fuck you? And that's the thing that's so special about it. The smiling and looking her dead in the eye. And this is why, wait, I'll get to that. I'm skipping ahead. Let me go back and then I'll get back to that point. This part right here. What you got, this half-breed shit, is not in Atlanta. They not looking for you. Racist or not? Mm-hmm. You done slept with everybody. Your clit has left your body. And what's funny to me is, you ever notice how some women try to automatically make the pretty girl out to be the slut, the hoe, and this happens also with busty women. If you have a an ample bosom, or if you have a big booty, there's some women that are like, oh well, she's a hoe just because of body type, and that makes no sense at all. But that's another tangent, you know me. So what else happened? I actually recorded, well, I wrote down the length of time that it took for Claudia to read Nene, and it was from minute 56 to 59. If you remove the talking head confessionals, it's just under 3 minutes of solid reads, and I approve of that. Now, this is why, oh, I just shook the camera. I feel like Kay Michelle, you're shaking the table. This is why it stuck out to me, because the way Claudia was speaking, it was so familiar to me, and I said to myself, she's got to be from my neck of the woods. So I Googled her. Now I was familiar with her from the radio show, and I was familiar with her from I believe she was on satellite radio too. Oh gosh, yeah, she was on the Foxhole. Jamie Foxx. She was on satellite radio, so I knew about that. And then through the show, I heard about her being in pageants. I didn't know about the pageants, but I found out through the show. So then I Googled to find out where she's from, because I'm like, no, she sounds like where I'm from, and I'm from New England. I'm from Connecticut. So I thought, well, maybe this girl's from Connecticut or Massachusetts. And I was very close. Rhode Island. She's from Providence, Rhode Island. I know a New England read when I hear a New England read. And there's 3 telltale signs of a New England read. Number 1 is the looking, eye contact. I'm just going to say in New England in general. I'm going to say also New York and New Jersey, tri-state area. You look somebody in the face when you read them. You don't look here, 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 here. Like Nene looking all over here but talking over there. No, that's not getting up north. No, that just shows weakness if you can't look me in the eye and say what you got to say. Number 2, the rapid fire. Everything you say, I got a comeback already ready for you. That is New England and tri-state area. And number 3, sarcasm. Like the, oh, you went to college? Yeah, that's our thing. So she kind of just, taught Nene how it was done in the North by us Yankees. But anyways, it was just a nice thing to see. It felt like when Claudia read Nene like that, it felt like the ending of The Karate Kid when Ralph Macchio did the crane kick to the Cobra Kai kid and he won the tournament, which I don't know, it might be too old of a reference for some of you, but that's the way it felt. It was like, yes, the bully got beat. And Phaedra was Phaedra's in her mind trying to telegraph to Nene, sweep the leg, because she's a dirty, evil heifer. Let me think what else happened. Yeah, I had mentioned the whole thing about, I glossed over the whole half-breed comment, but that was very telling. And it reminded me of something that my grandfather once told me when I was younger to tell people, because I remember, this was when I was a little kid, and people mess with you. My grandfather said, don't let the light skin fool you, because he was what they would call high yellow or light bright and darn near white, that type of thing. And he would say, don't let the light skin fool you. And if you don't know what that means you can try me if you want to, but you're going to learn today. I don't know why it has become this thing of testing people because they're lighter. Do they think that our blood is watered down? Do they think that that we're weaker individuals? Because that's not the case at all. But anyways, that's what I was thinking when Nene made that comment. Because that was just ignorant and sickening. And it reminded me of Ice-T. There was a time when they asked Ice-T why he always scowls, and he said that he was too light-skinned to walk around smiling all the time. And on the surface, that may look like, well, why would you say something like that? That comes from that whole, I've got to test you because you're light. That's what that comes from. But anyways, I just feel like, I felt like that was a little, I don't know why, I could be completely wrong, because they kind of did the same thing to Kenya. But I think that's more of a, she's prettier than you type of thing. So it could be, there's multiple reasons why people try to test you. They probably thought, oh, she's a pretty pageant girl, she's not going to do anything. So anyways, glad I got to talk to you guys again. It's been a while. I did see a little bit of the preview, and it looks like it's going to continue with Nene saying, Hollywood ain't looking for you, and Claudia saying, yes they are, that's why you're so bothered. And the other great thing about New England reads, you don't even have to raise your voice. Don't even have to. It's just all in the delivery, and also in the non-reaction, or the haha, that's so cute, you're trying. I don't know, if you're from New England, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not from New England, you might be like, what is this chick talking about? That is, I'm gonna say like Beyonce, that is so crazy. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.